Let's start here. CNN was talking to some folks in Tennessee about the plight of our economy and their real life world happening around them. And it didn't look all that good.
Talked to more than a dozen people in downtown Morristown. Everyone was mad about prices.
Sometimes things is 4 times what they was a year ago. A roast I used to get for $12, $15, $35. It's awful.
Everything, just keeps going up.
Well, I used to spend $40 a week. Now it's 140 or something like that. I just don't think it's going to go down for a long time. They're not concerned with people like us.
They said these tariffs that they've got on, it's going to bring prices down. They're not. Because it's going to have to charge more to make up for them having to pay to bring it in. And I just say everything's going downhill.
Did you vote for Trump this last time?
No, I didn't.
It kind of doesn't matter whether or not you voted for Trump or not, this time, last time, or the third time. The whole situation here is that prices have gone up. People are talking about it. They can literally see it in their budget. They can see it in their grocery prices. Definitely triple, and damn near quadruple the prices that people were paying before. We've gone from saying everything's going to be great to denying it to saying wait a little bit longer.
Price of beef continues to rise and other items keep going up. Is there any way to address the cost of beef?
Once it kicks in, once our policies kick in, the price of beef will be going down, just like the price of eggs went down and the price of a lot of other grocery items went down. Beef will go down. It'll all go down. Energy has gone way down. The price of gasoline has gone really, I think you'll be hitting $2 very soon. And it was $4.50 a little while ago. So energy's gone way down. That brings everything else with it. But beef has gone, as you know, for other reasons. The price of beef has gone up a little bit. It'll be coming down.
All these prices are going to go down once things kick in. Well, the follow-up question shouldn't have been, let's move on to something else. It should be, so when is that supposed to happen? When the price of eggs drops, why did that happen? He doesn't have any answers to the whens, whys, hows, whats, none of it. He just goes on to the next thing to talk some more madness that has nothing to do with what it is that's happening. He has no idea. As a matter of fact, he doesn't care. He did mention there, gas prices have gone down. Remember he said it were $1.99 and that everyone should be so happy. And then for some reason, people with red hats on said, yeah, despite the fact of what I'm seeing, you're absolutely right. It's not what I'm seeing. It's what you told me I'm seeing.
Listen to Mr. Trump, Mr. President. Help us out. It's been almost 6 months and you still ain't bringing gas prices down, Trump. Why? Why ain't you drilling? Drill, baby, drill. It's $3 a gallon. Yeah, gas is $3 a gallon. Yes. Mr. Trump, I thought you were going to try to help us out. But promises you made, promises you're not keeping. Yes, Trump, please, hear our cry. I've supported you 3 times. I voted 3 times in 3, 6, 9 years, Trump. Please, Mr. Trump, help us out. We need it. We cannot afford to pay $3. Gas is higher now than it was when Joe Biden was in office, Mr. President. Come on, get it together. Help us out.
He needs to just drill, baby, drill. So as long as you say the words drill and then throw baby in the middle of the 2 times that you say it, it changes everything. Policy means nothing. It's just saying a couple of few words and then suddenly things will change. One day, like at some point, people will have to look up and be like, he keeps saying things are $1.99, but my reality, like my wallet keeps telling me it's $2.99 in front of me. At some point, you have to remember the guy is lying to you. And if he lied to you for the past 10 years, he's still lying to you now. And he plans on continuing to lie to you for another 3.5 years. Until he's dead. The guy is a liar. Here he is at no longer the Rose Garden. He's at the Rose parking lot that he made out of the Rose Garden, talking to elitists, talking to the elite oligarchs of the country, because that's who he's paying attention to.
But I'm really happy when you see almost $17 trillion will be invested in this country over the next few months.
Remember, his policies have to kick in before prices come down. We're going to have $17 trillion invested in the next few months. Keep that in mind because I'm going to go to Scott Bessent a little bit later as he's talking about when these things are supposed to happen. But you're supposed to keep waiting. How are you supposed to keep waiting when you run out of money? How are you supposed to keep waiting when your jobs are leaving? Because they're also telling us that that's not happening. But he's talking to rich guys. He's talking to Republican legislators who are standing there for the rich guy elitist dinner, for him to brag about $17 trillion coming in. Yet some people can't afford $2.99 a gallon of gas. It's like he's throwing it in your face. And if he was bringing in $17 trillion, and as I pointed out last week, that number switched from 4 trillion to 8 trillion to 17 trillion to hundreds of billions to who knows, because he doesn't expect you to really pay attention to it. He expects you to just do whatever it is he tells you to do while he's talking to the elitists at this dinner, because, he's really cleared out that swamp. Here's some of these good red-blooded American patriot farmers. Let's let them tell you how things are going.
Right now, we're in a very dire situation. September's upon us, harvest is starting in the deep south, and we have 0 bushels of soybeans on the books to be sold to China for this current crop that's about to come out of the field. Historically, over the last 5 years, about a third of soybean sales to China would be booked. China amounts to 25% of our total U.S. soybean crop. So that would be 8 or 9% of the whole U.S. crop would normally be on the books with China right now, and we have 0. That is alarming. The farm economy as a whole is struggling. Inflation has caused our cost of production to rise drastically on every front. Commodity prices, in particular soybeans, are down about 50% from where they were 3 years ago. And our numbers are deeply in the red. And we send this letter to President Trump because we've been talking for months about needing to have sales in place, a deal in place, a phase 2 type agreement that has purchase commitments along with a level playing field on trade with no tariffs. And we haven't had anything happen, unfortunately. And our appeal to President Trump and his administration is make soybeans a priority in any trade negotiations that are taking place. Soybeans are the #1 agriculture export to China. And in the last trade war, it was 71% of the losses that we had as American farmers. And they're critical.
When you've convinced enough people in this country that we're an isolated nation that doesn't need anyone else, and that we both create, produce, export, and import everything, and that everything in the world revolves around us, like this dumb in the White House has told enough people.
Without the United States, everything in the world would die. It's true. It's so powerful. It's so big. And I made it really big in the first 4 years. Then it started to degenerate with what this Biden administration did. But we've built it up to a level that I never thought we could be at this quickly. We're the hottest, we're the best financially. The money coming in is so big because of tariffs and other things, but because of tariffs. Tariff gets us even those other things.
People that are in business, people that do this stuff. He said, we've been talking for months trying to get this straightened out. Have you heard any reports about them talking about for months trying to get this? Have you heard the president talking about how he's been in conversation with these farmers who now are saying their exports to China are at 0 and we are screwed? And we're going to need some help. So are we going to wait for that bailout to come? Is that coming from the 17 trillion that he said he's taking in, which is bullshit? That 17 trillion that he said he's taking in, that then he's going to somehow cause some great golden era in this country. But the, those red-blooded farmers, those guys that really tell you what's happening, they're suffering.
Now, I've never been as worried as I am now about whether or not my kids and grandkids will be able to carry on.
He said, I love you, Mr. Trump. I need to see the fruit of your love.
5 of my customers have committed. That's how serious that this is.
And what it costs for us to farm is astronomical now.
I farm with paid-for equipment. All my tractors are 50 years old, and I can't hardly make this deal work. I think the tariffs are the ice cream on the cake of a perfect storm.
After a horrible year last year where most farmers in Arkansas Delta lost money, this year's going to be worse.
We made a decision to go out this year in the spring. So my son will not the seventh generation on our farm.
We're going to lose 25 or 30% of the farmers in this country if they don't do something. It has to be done, and it's not just here. It's everywhere.
They haven't been in these situations before. They haven't been in positions where the president is literally taking away their livelihoods and telling them that everything is great. Instead, while he paves over the rose garden and makes it a nice palatial palace for all of his rich elite friends to come. Did you guys know billionaires showed up that other day when RFK Jr. was testifying in front of the Senate, and he had them inside because it rained, but that was supposed to be the grand opening of his rose garden parking lot. When are we going to finally realize the people that told you they're all American and here comes all of these great things and that he's for you, that he's not? Don't wait for the next thing. Don't say, well, I mean, this time, but in 2 more weeks. I'm sorry, he said 3 more months. I'm sorry, he said 6 more months. I'm sorry, he said next year.